Dude, I used to hate golf.
Everyone did.
No, but I really did not like it. I hated everything about it. I try to avoid it as much as possible. And I was one of those guys where I would completely whiff on the ball and like miss it completely. It was like a strike one, strike two type thing. And I just gave up. I didn't want anything to do with it. I hated everything about it. I thought it was also fucking really boring, but man, you have done fucking wonders. You are the man.
Oh, it's been good, man. Honestly, it wasn't just you though. Like everyone thought that. Like, remember we were talking the other day kind of about COVID golfers. Like it's a real thing. Like when COVID happened, what were basketball players doing? They can't go to the gym, right? What are, lacrosse or hockey or even some aspects of soccer you couldn't even go do. The only sport you could really play during COVID was like tennis sometimes and golf.
You could play golf. They closed down golf, huh?
Some courses they did, but there was still a lot of courses that just kept them open. So that channeled a huge breed of new golfers.
Yeah.
Which, as we spoke about the other day, it's made it very hard on a given day to get a tee time. Like, get back before COVID, anytime I wanted to go golfing, I could be like, hey, I want to golf at 10:30 tomorrow.
Yeah, there's a bunch of tee times. There's none now.
Yeah,
man.
no problem, Mr. Nelson. Come on in.
Yeah.
Now it's like I got to book 3 weeks in advance. I got to go online. I got to mess with the account. It's just all bullshit.
It's a huge wait list, man.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's annoying. What the fuck?
Yeah. So the game of golf's, I guess, growing, but
I just also hate the fact that I got into it at the exact same time that it's becoming mainstream. So people are going to look at me and be like, well, you're one of those fucking COVID. But I genuinely love it, man. Like, it's turning into a passion. I watch YouTube videos on it. People always say golf is like the most addicting. Like, once you get not good, but once you start hitting it,
just like that solid shot.
Oh man,
that one shot off the middle of the club face always brings you back.
It's a top 5 feeling.
Brings you back. That's, yeah. I mean, same with you, same with Nabil, same with a lot of people. I think that's just the really, smart thing you did on your part was you didn't just try to grind it yourself. You kind of asked for help.
Yeah.
You invested in me. I'm in turn invested in you. So I wanted to do everything I could to make sure you could do your best. And I knew with your basketball background that you would be, not easy, but I knew there'd be a lot of potential.
Yeah.
So, and look at us today. We've been working for under a year.
Under a year, yeah.
Under a year.
Yeah.
And you now know how to hit the golf ball clean.
Well, dude, it's crazy because I used to the few times that I went golfing, it was with Jesse, right?
Yeah.
And Jesse's pretty good. Like, he knows how to hit it, right? Decently, pretty well.
He's got a good swing.
Yeah, he's really good. I love Jesse. Love you, man. And he tried to teach me. He tried to help me out, but he couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the things he was saying, I knew what he was trying to get at. I knew the concept of, okay, like, get it, like, keep your arm straight, don't use your wrist.
Yeah.
Go through the ball and try not to hit the ground. These are all like intuitively things that make sense when you do hit a golf ball, but it just wasn't happening. Something about it, I just couldn't hit it. My body movement was just completely off. But then when I saw you, and even after our first lesson, dude, I was hitting it
clean,
dude. Like, I would shank it still, of course, but even when I hit the first shot that I hit that was clean, it was just such a revelation and like a whoa moment.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
An aha moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's big.
Because it's a simple sport. Like you always say, it's simple.
It is, but as you were just saying with Jesse, like, not knocking on Jesse or anything, but like all he was doing was trying to help. And like, just for anyone that tries to help in golf, it's a very just touchy subject, as anyone knows. Like, if someone's told something, it completely mess with them, right? Like, everyone reacts to things differently, but for me, I think it took a while to figure it out. Like, I'm not new at this. I've been doing it for almost 10 years now, which is actually pretty crazy to think about. And it all started just from working at Golf Town. Worked at Golf Town for 7 years. Got myself a really nice set. Yeah, Golf Town was a big turning point for me. Honestly, thought I was quite the introvert, maybe through high school. But then coming into Golf Town, you're kind of forced to speak with people. And for me, golf was a great subject, so it was easy to kind of have that conversation. And I think my parents did a pretty good job at giving me like a good assortment of manners. So golf and manners usually work well with each other. And through Golf Town, I was started off as the cash boy, which is kind of the worst position. But then as it kept growing, I turned into like the main hardlines guy, which is just the person who sells golf clubs. And that's all you're tasked to do, which is the best thing of the job. You could be doing cash, you could be folding clothes, or you could be fitting people for golf clubs. And I'd much rather do that last one.
Right, fitting.
And so did a lot of...
That means you know your shit. You really
I know your shit. You know, I knew my shit, but not as well as other people. Some people could go so in depth with it, use all the softwares and blah, 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 and take 2 hours with you and then tell you the set. I'd be pretty efficient about it. I would just kind of use conversation and just, you know, simple things to make it make sense. I'm like, you know, this one's this price, this one's this good. What do you want to spend? Just simple things like that. But through all those times of fitting people, I would subtly give tips just to try to be friendly. And those tips seemed to work. And then it just kept evolving.
Yeah.
And,
dude, do you remember we were on the same baseball team in elementary?
100%. A lot of people don't remember that. But
yeah, I remember it. Dude, we went undefeated.
Yeah, that was a big year. That
Triple
was
A Cosmos, baby.
Cosmos. Oh, yeah, Cosmos.
Dude, and you were the only guy that hit a home run that year.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I do, yeah. Against Josh Grant.
Was it against Josh Grant?
Yeah. Josh Grant. And then like Daniel Van Workins, I think, was on another team. I had a home run on him.
Okay, yeah.
I actually remember specifically the Josh Grant home run. He got like 1 strike, 2 strikes, and then some reason my dad taught me to like choke up if you have 2 strikes on you. And I just choked up and it just ding. See you later. 0-2. It's out. That was good
you
times.
Freaked that thing, dude. It fucking flew off the fucking bat.
Baseball was good memories actually too.
Dude, so you want to know a cool story about that year? I was on the team. I was really ass. I was like the kid, dude, that was like, "Come on, Mo, you can do it." Like,
I don't know if you were quite like that.
No, I was for a bit, and then I started going on a fucking heater. I remember hitting.
I do remember the heater.
Yeah. And then even Coach Rob, he was like, "You're on a roll, baby. You got it." I'm like,
Rob.
I'm just fucking, yeah.
Rob was a really big inspiration actually in my life. He was a great dude.
Yeah, great guy.
Great dude. Thomas, incredible guy too.
Yeah. Dude, Rob was my he was my soccer coach, my first ever soccer coach, and baseball coach. Yeah. I really admired him, man.
He would always get me to show people like how to run bases because I was the only one that like could consciously figure out how to like fake out a run or like steal if you need to and stuff like that. So he'd always be like, and I'm not the fastest, but I could just steal, use like intelligence to steal. And he's always like, "Nels, just get on the bases and show everyone how it's done. These guys can't do it."
Yeah.
But I remember him.
He kept it honest with you too. Something about him, he was really honest.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't afraid of just letting you fucking know what's up.
Yeah.
I remember in soccer, he was trying to make a point of how to play defense or whatever, dude, and he made me the fucking example, and he just absolutely decked me, completely took me out. He's like, "This is how you get into someone's fucking body." Boom! Just took. I was probably like 12, 13.
How good was that lesson? Right?
Yeah.
Like,
and I just got up
lesson.
and I was like, and then he was just like, "Okay, get up."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But the funny story, man, not the funny story, but the cool story. I remember we went undefeated, and I knew if we won the semifinals going into the finals, that I wouldn't be able to make it because I was going to my grandma's house or whatever. I don't know what it was, but I knew for a fact that if we made the finals, I couldn't make it. And my mom was gonna like tell the coaches and everyone, "Oh, like Mo can't make it." And sure enough, we won because we're fucking absolute beauties and just so good. And your dad came up to us and was like he told my mom and I, like, this is like, you know, like, yeah, you guys can go you guys can go to wherever you're going, but this is like a big moment for the boys. Like, you're not gonna have a lot of moments like this going undefeated. Like, they're gonna remember these moments for the rest of their lives. It's a good experience, like baseball. And dude, my mom and I, we decided not to go, and we came to the finals.
And we won?
I
do remember. Actually, you know, it's crazy. My dad has this insane computer, and I put in like my office downtown now, and he just has an incredible amount of pictures because he always liked to capture the moment. And those pictures flashed up on my screen recently of us like with the trophy and like the Cosmos and all that. and Rob Watson, and yeah, I think I might have even seen you in a couple of the pictures.
No way.
But yeah,
Dude,
that's
send me
funny
those.
that you brought that up because
Yeah, dude.
that did flash on my table the other day.
That's
So,
crazy. Yeah. He said, yeah, like this is a big moment. Like just think about it. Like, you know, like you guys can go wherever you want, visit your grandma. But then the next day, my mom and I, we just said, fuck, I kind of want to go to the game. Like,
mhm.
yeah. So man, your dad was the reason.
You know, it's maybe funny he said that it was kind of a regret for him, but it's not the biggest deal. There was some baseball game, I think it was like against Daniel Van Worken's team or something, and it was my first home run I ever got.
Yeah.
And he had the opportunity to go to the police game or police concert, and he went to the police concert because it's a pretty sick concert to go to.
Right.
But he was just so upset because he never saw my first home run. So that might have been a reason he kind of told you that, because I think this
Right.
happened before that. So
Okay,
maybe
yeah,
it was a
yeah.
learning experience for him and he wanted to share it. So that was
Yeah.
cool that happened.
Yeah.
'Cause,
I remember that.
I didn't know, of
I
course.
remember that very vividly. Yeah, he completely changed my mom and I's decision to go to my grandma's or whatever. Yeah. Going back to golf, dude, I'm so addicted to it now. It's weird.
Well, you got a great driver now, thanks to Aiden Vandering.
Yeah. Shout out
was-
Aiden, yeah.
That's a nice driver. Your set's coming together.
Still don't really know how to hit it. It's the fucking, yeah, it's the
Get
hardest.
there.
Yeah.
It's not the hardest.
Yeah.
It's the easiest.
I think my mental too is becoming so much more resilient from it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a thing
For
with
sure.
golf?
For sure. I was like not very good at holding my emotions in a past life, and like if I hit a bad shot, I would knife my driver 8 feet in the ground and do bad shit like that. Miss a 4-foot putt and like smack the ball all the way across the green. Let's just say my dad gave me a couple lessons to never do that again. Because one time I like missed a putt for a lot of money. It was like I was 30 feet away or whatever, 50 feet, whatever number, and I 3-putted, which in golf you should never really 3-putt if you're good at golf, because
Right,
it should
of
only take maybe one, if anything two. So if I missed the second one, I owed like whatever $150 or something, and I missed it and I smacked it, and it went beaming at my dad and it hit him in the leg. And yeah, my dad gave me some eyes that I've never seen before in my life, and had a couple conversations after that, and realized that that doesn't help me. It doesn't help anyone. Your attitude like completely determines how you play golf. And his best quote that always will remember is like, I think I've told you this, but it's just, if you have a bad attitude, you're gonna have bad results. If you have a good attitude, you're gonna have good results. If you have a great attitude, you're gonna have great results. So previously, I may have been that guy that would hit the ball, hit my dad, get like a 9 on the next hole, maybe get a 7 on the next hole. But now sometimes when that happens, because I'm getting more resilient, you get a double or a triple bogey, but you get a birdie on the next hole.
Right.
Talk about a comeback. Like, that is the epitome of comeback. But that's like self-respect, self kind of worth, and understanding your mental side of yourself, right?
Just when you think you're doing well, boom, you'll hit a shot where it'll just fucking keep you honest.
Exactly. It's the most humbling
Yeah,
sport out there.
It is.
But it takes years. I think that's the key to it, is, not just yourself, but like everybody thinks they can hit it as good as me within a year, within 2 years, within 3 years.
Yeah.
It takes about
The thing is,
10.
I don't think I will. I know I won't.
Yeah. But it doesn't
But
have
I
to be
still-
as good, but just the consistency of just
Yeah.
getting the contact. Like,
Right.
that's what you want.
That's what I
know
want. Yeah.
That takes about 10 years.
Because if for anyone listening, when you shank it and it goes fucking, let's just slapper to single.
Yeah.
Those are the worst. Those are the fucking. You don't wanna live anymore after that.
So,
you wanna
but
break someone's head
that's
off.
what I'm saying, though, is there's your reaction. You got to have a good reaction to it, right? So if you let that kind of demonize you, you're going to keep doing it. You just got to laugh.
It's like it's a surprise and it's frustrating because you hit 20 shots in a row that are really good, and then you hit 2 in a row that are so bad.
But you should know
And then you get
why.
and then you should know why. Yeah, it all comes
Maybe
down.
you don't. You'd kind of know why now, I think, for the most part. But at the beginning, you didn't. But for me, I've shanked it a lot before, on the course and not on the course. You just laugh at it.
But yeah, dude, golf is becoming way more. It's all over Instagram. All
You
these
got to
memes.
start playing more, because you still haven't even fully experienced what it's like to golf, in my opinion. Like, I know you've done
Well,
it
I
in
went to Palm Springs,
but
yeah,
like
but
just under my wing. let's say.
Yeah.
Just seeing what it's like, because people always tell me that it's a
Under
pretty
your
good
tutelage.
it's a pretty good experience.
Yeah.
They say you play
I'm a scratch player when I play with you.
well, people play better with good people, supposedly. That maybe it's different for everyone, but like you always kind of like match the level, like a basketball team, right? Sometimes you play a bad basketball team, you might match their level.
Yeah.
If they're really good, you try to match them.
Well, in basketball, it's different, man. Basketball and golf are different. Like, it's a different culture in both.
For sure.
In basketball, there's a lot of shit talking. There's a lot of.
Are you serious? Have you never had shit talking on the golf course?
It's more respectable. There's more etiquette.
You think, hey? Okay, well, maybe you're gonna learn something.
What's some of the shit talking that goes down?
Oh,
because in ball, it's very straight to the point. Like, your ass, 6-shot pussy, or
there's a lot of that in golf too.
Your shit, like, you're so ass you can't even. Like, this guy only goes left. Okay, so if some of the shit, like, I was a left-handed guy. A lot of times I heard like, let him shoot, like. Let him shoot. I'm a shooter though, so they would never say that to me.
Yeah.
But I used to go a lot because I was left-hand dominant. I'd go left, and then like force him right. He can't go right. He can't go right.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Yeah.
Let him shoot. Let him shoot. That's broke. Broke jumper. Right. So it's like straight to the fucking source of what your skill is. But like in golf, I don't think.
Well, you're around pretty supportive people. It sounds like when you golf, which is a good thing. But you know, it's fun to get. Sometimes when you bet, you get nasty.
What's some of the shit talking then? What the fuck?
Like
6 swing.
I don't know what
pussy.
kind of context are you looking for?
Anything. Okay, like give me off of the tee.
Well, okay. Here's a good example. I play this course called Talking Rock, which is kind of in Kelowna. Really nice course, and playing with my dad, my uncle, and like a buddy. And we're betting always a lot of money. Like, I'm not directly betting the money. My dad would be covering for me because I'm the good player. So it'd be kind of like, if we won, we'd won. But if we lost, it'd be bad. So it was a risk, but usually the risk paid off. So, and my uncle he enjoyed that because it'd be against like 2 versus 1 kind of. So he'd always be very competitive. So I'd be on the tee, do my routine that I've been showing you. And then I get up to hit it, kind of getting like a couple waggles in. And right as I'm about to hit it, my uncle slaps the golf cart and like accelerates and just goes right in front of me, like 2 inches in front of me, and then curves around me. And then I'm just like, how would you react? You'd probably jump, maybe go like, whoa, what the hell? I literally was like horse blinders were on. Nothing even fazed me. I have a video on my TikTok. I'll show you.
Yeah.
Didn't even faze me. Just banged the shot right down the middle. So, I mean, that's not necessarily shit talking, but you want to talk about stuff that can happen?
I don't know, man. That's like cute. That's like cute, like banter.
Not if you're betting a lot of money. Because if you
I'm talking like verbal. I'm talking like verbal hate. Like,
well, my Kelowna tournament, there's a lot of that. It's like people, so you'd be on the tee, and as you're getting all set up, you probably see on Instagram before, it's like people like say like 3 or 4 lines right before you're hitting, and they try to mess with you. So you start laughing or something, or you grit. So it's like,
yeah,
it's like you look like you're a leftover homeless person out of like Compton or something. And like,
yikes!
Like, so just like, I mean,
man.
Like really random shit, but it's like intentional random to just kind of throw you off.
Yeah.
So, but it's fun.
It's playful, man. That's the difference. For sure. That's the thing. It's
I see what you're saying.
Ball.
It's not
in
as
ball, it's like
cutthroat.
malicious. Like you're really trying to go at someone's fucking head and fuck with them. Like,
but that's So I mean,
like, when have you ever seen a fight? Has there ever been a fight on a golf course?
Are you serious? The biggest fights I've ever been a part of, but I can't go into too much detail about those ones. I'll be honest. But there's some pretty big ones.
Someone gets straightened.
Oh, pretty bad, man. When money's involved, the game changes. It is not fun. It is life. It's like some people turn into, I gotta make money on the golf course, so it turns into like work. Some people, but I've been a part of rounds like that where it's like everyone's working and it's serious, and it's like everyone's kind of tight-lipped, or like, and people maybe accuse you of cheating or something, like maybe you fluffed your ball or you kicked it out of the woods, like, there's always that going on. And if you want to talk about how to start a fight, say, you said, yo, Trevor, you cheater, you're like, you kicked the ball out of the whatever. You're like, what the fuck did you just say to me? And, that's how a fight would start, especially if there's money on the line. So, yeah, there's a lot of that. You'll see in time.
I did experience it in Palm Springs where we were playing, it was groups of foursomes, and this one guy, fucking Mike, we were shitting on him the whole time, the whole trip after. He would shave basically like 2 fucking strokes off of his fucking total every single time.
Mhm.
Legit, one hole he got like 14. He's like 8, and
There's a lot of that.
it's just like, dude, Mike, don't fucking bullshit. Like, we're also not about to be like, you're fucking lying. But at one point, we were like, okay, Mike, are you counting by fucking, how are you counting this? What the hell are you doing? And then
Some people honestly don't know how to count, though. It may be intentional sometimes, but I've experienced that some people don't know how to count on the golf course.
they sometimes, I feel like sometimes you
It's
forget,
kind of
though.
an innocent mistake sometimes.
Yeah,
But
it's hard to remember sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you like whiff a chip. 1, 2, 3. It's like, oh shit, how many was that?
Yeah.
No, but to go back to what you said, you want to talk about one thing that maybe I'm kind of known for in a bad way is on the golf course, it's kind of like a rule of thumb not to hit into someone. So like say you're on the tee box with your guys, I'm in the middle of the fairway with my guys, like I'm about to hit, but you decide you just want to hit and the ball like goes over me or like lands around me. That's where I probably yelled like the loudest in my life, and that's happened like probably over 20 or 30 times in my life.
Wait, how far don't you have to, isn't that
That is
given where you have to wait for the,
You'd think it's a given, but a lot of people do it. Maybe sometimes it's like the hole's like down there to the left, so you can't really see them. But you have an idea that they're probably still there. But some people are dicks like that. Like they will just shoot into someone.
they do that, hey?
Oh yeah. So that's happened a lot.
The one time we did it in Palm Springs, a couple times, we knew that my driver wasn't gonna get there, so we're like, okay, Mo, you can just go, or Max, you can just go.
Yeah, but
'Cause I know I'm not fucking driving this 300 yards. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, that side of it's innocent. It'd be like more like if a guy like me, like say I'm on the green and a guy like me's on the tee box and the par 4 is like 290 yards and he could probably hit it and he knows I'm kind of on the green, but he just chooses to hit it. That's kind of fucked up. You can kill somebody.
Yeah.
The ball's coming in at hundreds of miles an hour. Boom. If that clocks off your head, you're done.
Done. 0% survival.
Yeah, so it's not good. I've been hit by a golf ball before. It's not
head?
real. It was coming for my head. Like the fairway's going this way. I'm kind of like over here, and there's someone right here, and the golfer was like pretty good, but has been known to pull it. So I thought it was way over there, like way out of question, kind of like way up there.
Yeah.
Sure enough, cranks it, but pulls it right at me, like beeline right at me, and it's coming at my head, and I kind of go like this, and it just like smacks me right here, and I get like a tattoo of a golf ball right here. Just collapse right away and freaking out.
Fucking Callaway sign on it.
Yeah,
just
it was
branded.
pretty intense. Fortunately, we played with this like Chinese guy, really nice guy, and he like is the captain of a big freighter ship, and so he had this crazy like Chinese healing spray, and he's just like,
No, he brought it with him just in case.
Like,
someone
I don't
did get
know.
fucking pegged in the fucking shoulder.
I don't know. I guess it's
Yeah.
necessary supplies, but it worked. So
Yeah.
I was chipper right after that. But yeah, it's pretty scary. Golf course is a dangerous place.
Yeah, I also remember in Palm Springs, the group behind us, Evan and I don't remember who it was, but the group behind us, the boys, they were out the hole. Apparently, they were taking a little too long, and there was 2 people behind them. It was like a girl and like a couple, like a girl and a boyfriend, and the girl was like, "Hurry up, you guys suck."
Oh, I see. If I was there, that would be a bad situation.
What, dude? Like, what is that?
People like talking.
And they weren't even that good. They didn't really like they could hit the ball, but so people do talk shit on the golf course more than you think.
There's like a group of, I teach a lot of male and female, but there's this great group of girls I teach. There's 3 of them. They're all fabulous people, really kind, really nice. Showed up to Glen Eagles, I don't know, last year, wearing just appropriate outfits. To me, like, I'm professional. I would tell them if they didn't look professional. They looked great. They were fine. Like not skimpy skirts or anything, like fully covered. Everything was good. They show up to Glen Eagles and some old white guy out of nowhere just starts reaming them for how they look. And I wasn't there for that. They told me the story afterwards, but they were going in to start a golf round, all excited, all fun, got their drinks and whatever. And then this guy came out of nowhere and just completely ruined their day right before they got to start the round. So you like mental focus and mental toughness. Can you imagine having all that shit happen? And then it's like, oh, let's go play golf now and have fun. But like, so there's a lot of bad stuff actually does happen on the golf course. You'd be surprised.
Dude, that's the thing with golf, man. There is a bit of, me and my buddy talked about this. There is a bit of traditional things still left from
Like the hat thing I was telling you.
the hat thing,
Like
right?
if you go into a fancy place, and there's a lot of them in Vancouver, but rule of thumb, hat must come off. Like Seymour Golf and Country Club, which is like right next to the range, you should have to take off your hat as soon as you come in. Must have your shirt tucked in with your belt on. You can't have shirt tucked in with no belt, or else it's bad. So yeah,
In Seymour, dude?
not that range, like the golf course.
Yeah.
It's
but,
like a private club, so it is fancy.
I mean, dude, in Palm Springs, they didn't even make us do that.
But that's
They just said,
different. It's
oh,
not
have a.
Yeah, it's not a private club. It's more
Oh,
like a
right.
kind of a tourist course, but it's a really nice course. But that's what I mean too. That's why I think Americans do it way better than us, because they're just more lenient, more fun about everything. Everything here is very tight-lipped, strict, for whatever reason.
Damn.
Like marshals, even like marshals are supposed to go around a course to like help people out and make the speed of the round efficient. Marshals here are just so rude and can ruin someone's round in a moment's notice if they just come in and say some shit. And a lot of people are emotional. You just kind of, if someone gives you that emotion, they're going to kind of retain it and then be like that.
Right, yeah.
And that's happened to me like a lot, where a marshal would ruin my round. But it took me a long time to figure out how to make that not ruin my round. Just you got to have that mental toughness, and maybe I freak out a little bit.
What's some of the things it would say?
You be on a round and say the whole day's slow, and there's like two groups behind you. A marshal comes up, hey guys, you guys are just holding up the whole. What are you guys doing?
Oh,
like,
wow.
like what are you doing? And then
Get
I'd be
the
with-
fuck
I'd be
out
with
of
like
here, dude.
three guys, and I'm of course the one that bucks up, and I'm like, they're right fucking there. Like, drive down, they're right there. Like, are you kidding me? Like, why are you coming at us like this? And then he would just maybe chime in again on a different hole and just give a shit. And it's like, imagine, like, for you, you're saying, like, this is a thing you're trying to work on, get a little more resilient mentally.
Right.
Like, if you had that on a hard tee shot, someone just come at you like that, and then you're just trying to, like, get it back into the zen and hit it,
Right.
it's very tough to do.
I'm already fucking freaking out about actually hitting the fucking golf ball, and then I got this old
Yeah.
cocksucker.
And, you know, people
Just-
watching you, the marshal's watching you. Like, I'd be hitting a shot, like, way down there on the green, and the marshal's just, like, right there.
Yeah. And you know,
Like, just hit it. Come on, you can't even hit it that far. Oh, watch this.
oh, wow.
Yeah. But it's a fair
Okay.
point because they're just trying to improve the pace of play. But a lot of people don't know. And they're just rude.
Rude as hell, man.
In Houston, there's none of that. Everyone's so nice.
Mhm.
And everyone's strapped, but they're all nice.
Yeah.
Someone actually brought up a funny point of, like, the gun thing is whatever, about whatever you want to say about it. But could you imagine if Canadians were allowed to hold guns like Americans? I think it would be a million times worse because Canadians are not as stable,
No.
I think, as Americans.
We're also, yeah, we're
Like,
like,
they're holding guns and, you know, good things, whatever bad things happen. But, like, at least it's bad.
yeah,
But, like, if we had it, it'd be
Who
like, there'd
knows?
be shootings, like, every week.
who knows?
Like, it's hard to speculate. but-
Maybe Americans are nicer because they know everyone could be strapped at any moment. So
So why be mean?
yeah, why be mean? I mean, fuck. Whenever I go to
That makes
states,
sense.
I'm not looking at anyone. I'm not staring at anyone for more than a second. Fuck that.
Yeah, honestly, when we were there, we didn't even think about it. We were kind of reminded on like the last day of our trip, like everyone's got guns, and we're like, shit.
Yeah,
We were going to bars and like nothing too late or crazy, but it was just there were people around that had guns.
dude. The most casual looking people walking down the street. Like a lady with her purse and just there's a little fucking Glock 9 in there.
Just holstered,
Yeah.
ready to go.
Like instead of bear mace or fucking pepper spray, they have fucking little 9mm. Can you imagine?
Yeah, but that's not a fun conversation.
But there's like two sides of it, man. I don't know if you've heard of it, but a lot of people in golf, especially the old timers, they want to keep the tradition pretty similar to what it was back in like the 80s.
Yeah.
And they hate giving it up. They don't want to change it. Like there's been a thing around golf, like the stigma where it's a little bit racist.
Absolutely. It's always been racist. Like you look at the Tiger Woods story, like, and that's just the attitude that everyone's got to have with anything. Like literally like Tiger Woods, like they're doing these big tournaments back in the day where Tiger Woods is like a kid and he's not even allowed to go in the clubhouse because he's black. And you know what he says to that? He's like, all right, well, fuck you guys. I'm going to fucking whip all your guys' ass. And he just took it as like power, right? He took that situation, you know, took a look at it, realized what he could do with it, and went on to be one of the greatest golfers in the world just by taking that bullshit and turning it back at them and saying, you know, look what I can do.
Yeah. Did a lot of people hate the fact that he became so good?
Yeah. So many old white guys. Absolutely. You think we bet a lot now. Back in the day, there was a lot of betting, but it was different kind of betting. It wasn't on your phone. Like, there's a lot of betting, but like, they'd be betting on white guys, of course. I'm not going to be betting on Tiger Woods or whatever, because that's just how it was back in the day. But yeah, that's to answer your question, very factual, very true. Yeah. The stigma and the tradition around golf is something that just they want to keep going.
But where are the roots starting from? Where did it become? Why did it become racist? Like,
I don't know. It's always been just a very white sport for whatever reason. Like I think it was created in Scotland, to my knowledge, either Scotland or Ireland. So I guess that's kind of a white dominated place. I don't really know. I've been there a couple times, but I think it's white dominated. So, and then I don't know, I guess in that area, in that time, it was very kind of culty, racist, slavery, all that kind of conversation.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know too much about the history of there in that time, but yeah, it's just been like that for a while, and they do want to keep it the same. It has gone better though. Like,
it has, yeah. I mean,
if you wanted to go to St. Andrews and play the most famous golf course in the world and you're black, you're allowed to. Like, they're not going to turn you away.
Of course, yeah. Yes. But back in the day, they would.
Back in the day, they probably, maybe would. I don't know. Like, well, they didn't let Tiger Woods in, so I don't think they would let anyone else in.
Yeah.
But
do you think a lot of people now are still upset about the fact that it's becoming like a lot of racist old dudes that...
Maybe. I don't know. I think there's more good people in the world than we always think. I mean, whatever, we all have our perspective of what's good and what's bad. I think there are generally more good people in the world than bad.
Yeah.
So I think there probably is a percentage that are like, fuck, like, let's get back to being racist. But there are a lot of white people that are like all for anyone coming in or whatever. Like, let's all be friends.
Yeah. And there's so many like pro golfers now that like Morikawa, Tiger, any other, like so many.
Yeah, there's
so many Asian.
Like, even I go to this place in Semiahmoo, which maybe one day we should go. Semiahmoo is a golf course that is just over the border in Blaine. It's like 45 minutes from like our places to get there, including the border wait. So pretty quick to get there. But it's equivalent to like Seymour Golf and Country Club, which is like that course I told you. You got to wear the hat off and all that. So to be a member at Seymour is about 65, 70 grand.
God damn it.
You got to throw them 70 grand. And then you're a member. But then on top of that, you got to pay $230 a month, which is kind of like your food and beverage package, which you kind of have to use. So it's very schemey kind of gamesmanship. Let's get the most money they can out of these members, so which is tough. But you go over to Semiahmoo, and the course, I'd say, is better. The people, I would say, are better. The facilities and the atmosphere, the range, the everything is better. And they had a deal going where if you're under 40, you can pay $4,000 and you're a member. And then you pay like $180 a month. And you have full member status. You go play as much golf as you want at this golf course.
So as soon as you turn 40, it's fucking $70,000.
For this course in Semiahmoo, no, it's like 20.
Oh,
like
okay.
Seymour is like 65.
Seymour 70, 65. Yeah. Holy mother.
I used to be a member, but when I turned 19, they're like, okay, where's the $60,000? I'm like, see ya. I'm out of here. So it's, but it's just
like Hollyburn, basically. Yeah.
It's crazy. That's why I love golfing in the States, because they are way better at it. It's way more fun. Just everything.
Way more easygoing.
So much better.
States is better, man. People are nicer there. People give a shit. People care. There are some dick Americans, but for the most part, they're very, very kind, man.
The cost of living and everything, like our buddy, my best friend Nick, his buddy Andrew, lived with him in Nanaimo. He, long story short, now lives in Blaine, Semiahmoo, and doing pretty well. He has a kid now, wife's great. They have a beautiful home that, and given at like Edgemont Village for us would be like 1.6. They spent 200 grand on this place. They have a little backyard area. They got chickens running. They got a place.
What? They got chicken in Blaine, Washington.
Yes.
No way.
They got chickens. They got fresh eggs every day. They got an upstairs, a downstairs. They got a dog running around. They got a golf course 5 minutes away. Like, it's not Vancouver. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah. My grandma lived in Blaine, so I know what they're working with.
Yeah.
The cost cutter and.
Yeah, exactly. It's okay, but I mean, I don't know. You could go to Canada if you wanted to from Blaine.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
But you're living in a sweet place and, raising a child and probably giving the child a good life because you have the money to give him a good life. Versus for us, what are we going to buy a house? No.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not. Maybe you are. I'd like to, but it's just not possible. But that's the worst part.
Tough.
Impossible.
It is tough, yeah. You think it's impossible? Really?
Unless you have some kind of support or you've done really well. Like really, really well. Then it's possible. I think, of course, it's possible for anyone, but.
Yeah. I heard somewhere you got to be making $250K just to even make a down payment or a mortgage to get a mortgage.
I mean, that would make sense to me. But I guess some people are lucky with.
Insane, dude.
Support is good, and I'm not going to hate anyone for getting support from their family. That's good. Good for them. Like, get your house.
If you have support, then use it. I mean, if you fucking have support, use it as much as you can, for sure.
Who am I to say that's not okay? Like, of course that's fine. Like, take advantage of opportunities, self-respect.
Yeah.
Let's go as far as we can in life and be as good at golf as we can.
Golf, baby. Fucking, I love it, man.
Let's try to go play soon, because, we haven't even gone to Kensington yet.
Yeah, we need to.
That's insane to think about. We've been working on it for a year. We haven't gone to the course.
I really want to, man. I've
done as much as we've done just at the range.
Dude, is it crazy? How crazy is this? I'd rather play golf than play ball now at this point in my life. I've played a ball all my life. Ball was my love, passion, everything. But I'd rather, if someone was like, oh, you want to go play ball or golf, I'll play golf.
Who would you say is like a mirror image to you when it comes to your passion for basketball?
Who's
like a mirror image of you? Like, you love basketball. Who's a mirror image of me? I'll tell you, Nabil in soccer. Like, he loves soccer like how you like basketball. And to like what you just said, how you want to play golf over basketball, he's the exact same way now. He wants to go golfing over playing soccer.
No way.
Yeah. So it's a powerful game, man, for sure.
Dude, it's a meditation almost. I talked to someone about this earlier. I don't know who it was. Whatever issues I'm having during the day, anything that's happened, I'm pissed off, anxious, sad, whatever. When I go to the range or go to Kenzie, I'm completely like just taken away from all that. I'm completely immersed in the golf. I'm not worried about anything. Whatever is going on, the thing is, I can't afford to focus on the other things. If I focus slightly on the shit that's going on in my life, I'm hitting this ball into the fucking river or into someone's house. So you're
compartmentalizing, like you're just trying to put anything you have going on for now. When you go golfing, you put it over here. When you're done golfing, you come back.
Yes, and that's a skill, dude. And I feel like golf is making my compartmentalization skills
it's a hard word.
Million times better. For sure. So I think golf is a thing. I think it's a medicine that everyone needs to take and play, man, because it's
look at the facts. Like, anything regarding mental health, people say go outside, walk in the forest, go for a hike, be active, be social, like be around good people. Golf hits every one of those numbers.
That's true, yeah.
Sanctuary, out in the open, living, like breathing fresh air through all these beautiful trees around you. You're with great people. You're in a place just to worry about one thing, and that's golf.
And you're getting exercise. You're getting your steps in.
Yeah, if you choose to walk, you're getting some pretty good exercise. That's what also people don't think. You play a round of golf, I think it's equivalent to like walking 15-ish kilometers, which is pretty far.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I'll take it.
Yeah, so I mean, that's good exercise. I mean, won't catch me walking right now because of my leg, but back in the day, I'd be walking all the time. Even Northlands. Have you played Northlands yet? You haven't?
No, I haven't. I've heard of it, of course.
My favorite course of all time.
Dude, and it's such a satisfying feeling after when you get home after a fucking full round. You're gassed, your body's tired. It's just, you feel like you worked hard. You had full days of work.
You want to take that feeling and times it by 100? You go golfing at like 6:30 a.m.
Just stay out for...
Well, you wake up early and you start off your day with a round. and you're up at, sunrise, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's truly one of the best times actually to golf. Hard to do, of course, because no one wants to wake up early for work. Why would they want to for golf? But for me, if I have to wake up at 5 a.m. for a golf round and drive an hour and a half to go there, I will wake up 20 minutes before the alarm, be up like that. Like, let's go, we're going golfing. It's like vacation. It's literally the best correlation I can put it on is it's vacation for me.
Yeah, it's just a little expensive.
Yeah, but...
It is a rich person sport.
Yeah, I agree it is expensive, but if you truly want to golf, you can easily cut down on other sides of life to golf. You don't go to Earl's every day, or you take out Pizza Hut or whatever you need to do. You take out
Earl's?
like, I don't know, take off Starbucks bill. Or it's very manageable. Like, I agree it's expensive, but you're spending $70 to $100 for 5 hours of pretty luxurious time.
Can't really go every week.
I think you would pay a lot of money for that. People would pay thousands to have something like that. We're paying $70. Not a big deal.
Thing is, if you know you're gonna go golf twice a month, 3 times a month, you gotta basically know that you're putting aside $300 a month, 350, 300.
Well, it's actually a lot more than that, at least for me, because you bring all the goodies. You bring the beers, you bring snacks, you get hot dogs, you get food after the round.
But dude,
we're spending a lot of money.
Is there also the stigma? I know there's a stigma that golf is kind of a douchey sport in the sense that it's like for those frat dudes that crush beers, crush claws.
Those are called COVID golfers.
Those are the guys, huh?
Yeah. That's when you said like it turned mainstream. COVID golfers are those guys. And
I'm not a fan of that side.
And an assortment of other people, of course, too. But there's been a wave of change in golf. And what you're saying,
just the frat
that's
boys.
Part of it.
Yeah.
That's
just,
part of it.
They're almost doing it just to say they're playing golf because it's becoming so mainstream and just to fucking shotgun it, shotgun a White Claw, just to have that.
Totally.
Just to be able to say, oh, I went golfing and shotgun some claws and beers and had a fucking beauty round with the boys. It's not even actually just for the golf.
All the algorithm, right? It's like what people are talking about. Like if someone really wants to get views, they'll be like, oh, reacting to Donald Trump's Apprentice video, right? Kind of similar thing.
Yeah. So COVID golfers, that's a thing.
Huge. It's good for business, good for places like Golf Town, good for golf courses, because golf courses actually were dying for a number of years, like where they didn't think the sport would actually continue because people couldn't afford to pay for those rounds that you're saying and pay for these memberships and pay for the dues. So people really thought it was a dying sport. Tiger was a big change in that, and COVID was almost a bigger change, which is insane. Because when COVID was around, I did have a period where I was at Golf Town, and you got people all around the globe buying shit. Like one funny memory was Connor Power came in, and it's just like, I need the best set. Give me whatever you got. And I'm like, okay, let's try this. Let's try this. This one looks pretty good for you. Just was being nice. Showed him a bunch of things, and he's like, nah, I think I like this one. Run up the bill. It's like, I don't know, a lot of money.
Yeah.
And he's just like, fuck it, I need it. Boom.
Jesus.
So people are that invested. Like and that I don't want to call him a COVID golfer, but he probably would be classified as a COVID golfer.
Yeah.
Like, not because he's a frat boy or whatever, just because he started during COVID.
Yeah. He technically started during COVID.
Yeah.
And
everyone did.
Yeah. Everyone did.
Everyone kind of.
Did I?
Yeah, kind of.
Did I actually?
Yeah. You might have been
I might have been
before it.
No, dude. I might be I think I was a bit after, dude.
Yeah, you might be right.
My first lesson with you was 2 years ago.
Was it 2? See, that's why I keep mixing up. I can't remember if it was 1 or 2.
Maybe last summer.
Might have been 2. No, actually, it can't be 2. We've only worked together for a year.
Yeah, only a year. Last summer.
Yeah.
Last summer, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm past COVID golfer.
Yeah,
fuck that.
Well,
I don't classify myself as that.
So you're behind the COVID golfer.
Yeah. But that's better though, isn't it?
I guess so.
Which,
if that makes you feel better, then sure. Yeah, it's better.
And all those.
Who cares though? It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really matter.
Joke.
Yeah.
The only thing to complain about is it's hard to go golfing now.
Yeah, it is. It really is. My buddy tried to book some tee times for this weekend. Completely fucking booked everywhere. Completely
everywhere. Like it's ridiculous. That's why we gotta find someone that can just kick us on.
Yeah. Oh right.
That's always the game.
Just to weasel us on. Hey.
You just need someone like that. that works in the pro shop and can just save us a ton.
People do that, huh? But you gotta kind of like tip them on the
I don't know,
side,
if
give them a beer or something.
If you have a good friend, they would do it.
Yeah.
I know that at Northlands, I don't know the full extent of the story, but this is maybe more of a rumor, but there's a group of people that kind of own a certain time slot during a specific day. I don't know what day it is, but like, for example, like on a Friday, they have 10 to like 12:30. It's all these guys.
Always
Like
these
them.
guys.
So it's a rumor, and I don't know the validity of the story, but I heard that one time on a given day, there was a guy, I'm not going to say who or what or whatever, but he came with a briefcase full of money and he dropped it off. Said, I want this day, this time, mine. So anytime they come in, it's theirs.
Wow.
Yeah, so I don't know the full extent how true that is, but I remember the person that told me was pretty confident in it, and he did work at Northlands, so probably a little bit of fact in there, but that's how fucked up it is. There's so much corrupt conspiracy with golf.
Wow. So for the rest of human history, that
I don't know. I don't know the deal.
This guy is, yeah.
He maybe gets it for 5 years. Maybe he gets it for 10 years.
Yeah,
who knows? I don't know how much was in the briefcase.
Until he fucking brings another briefcase.
Yeah.
Throws out. Yeah.
And yeah, you can imagine who the type of people that bring briefcases. It's a certain type of people.
That's what I mean, man. Something about, I love the sport itself, but me and Jesse talked about this too. He also doesn't like, there's a bit of like pretentiousness in it. There's a bit of, I'm better than you and I want to show you in the most passive aggressive way.
It's exactly what we said before. Look at Tiger Woods. He wasn't allowed to go in the clubhouse because he was black. He took that and he said, fuck you guys. Look what I can do. So whatever stigma that you and Jesse are talking about, or whatever the feeling is, you just say, fuck it. Fuck you guys. Look what I can do. I've had that too. Like, of course, I've been playing golf for over 20 years. There's people that are pretentious, absolutely, and that think they're this and think they're that. And, you know, actually, it's a really good point. Because I used to always be pretty, let's say, normal when it came to dressing for golf. I would wear whatever, gray, blue, black, whatever, maybe a green. But now I am one of those guys that wears about the fanciest clothes he can find with a stupid bucket hat, maybe some stupid glasses on. And everyone gives me shit because, like, what the fuck is this guy? He looks like a clown wearing pink. And I drive it 330 yards down the middle, turn around and say, fuck you. That's how you got to treat it, right? Like, yeah. No better person than Tiger Woods to kind of answer your question with that example.
For the most part, people are supportive. Like if someone truly sucks ass, you're not gonna shit on them. You're not gonna.
That's what you need to get better at, Kensington. It's like people watch you and you get nervous and you think about the externals. All there is one person on a 4 squared mat, 4x4, whatever it is, and you're kind of just in that zone. You're on the stage. There's nothing around you.
Yeah.
That's what I mean about when I brought up Kieran Burrell, Shane's brother. He was the epitome of that. The guys would be intentionally talking, intentionally cracking a beer during a high school round or doing stuff like that. You could not phase this guy. You could throw a ball at him and he would still stripe it down the middle. So that's what I've been trying to work on with you, is to turn into that. Because it's very powerful and important.
Okay, but to be honest, if someone's in front of you and they hit an absolute dog shit of a fucking shot, you can't help but think, what the fuck was that? Or that was...
Not really, because so many people are so hard. Like Nabil, you, a lot of people I teach. Like you would hit like a grounder, like you showed me in that video, right at the pin, and it'd go on the green. And you or Nabil or some whatever are like, fuck, that was so shitty. It's taking what you have and just going shot by shot, right? Okay, that one sucked, but you're on the green. You have a shot.
Like the objective is to get in the hole. If it's closer to the hole,
who cares how it looks? Ugliest shots are usually the ones that work. Nabil got a hole-in-one in his like second month of golf by hitting the ugliest shot.
No way.
He did like I wasn't there, but I heard the very descriptive story of it, like just beelining right at the hole like a road runner, and it just went in.
But it's so gross but
listen to this.
It's a hole in one, but
listen to this hole in one. Like I don't know, 3 or 4 months later, freaking Amir, you know Amir, of course. It was this crazy hole. Actually, a hole I got a hole in one on, but it took me 22 years to get. And for him, he's not even in his first year yet. He hits a pretty good shot. There's kind of like trees like this, and it goes like up and hits the top left part of the tree in the center of the trunk. And I'm not kidding you. The ball goes off the trunk, rolls off this big branch, and dips into the hole. We were just like, I'm like, I was actually kind of pissed off because I'm like, how the fuck did that happen? I've been doing this for so long, and these guys are just making it look like chump change. And like Nabil's like, oh, it doesn't even matter. It's like, I hit it like shit. I'm like, but you got a hole in one. Like, it's insane.
Yeah. I know what he means, though. I'd rather hit a lofty, beautiful, fucking great contact on the ball type shot, but it goes like 15 yards rather than a fucking slapper to fucking second.
How honest do you want me to be with you? If you continue with that attitude, you will not shoot good scores.
But just something about it, man. Like in ball, like to relate to ball, like would you rather hit a fucking granny shot 3 or a beautiful fucking, you know, like a Steph Curry jumper, right? But in ball, it's different because
it's different. But I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
The closest
it's just
you could
ugly. Like ew, ew. I don't want it to be ugly and get it closer to the green rather than I want it to be beauty.
But what if you won the hole and won $100 because you hit the green?
Yeah, well then, yeah. If there's money on the line, then I don't care how I get it there.
Maybe
I'm just
we
gonna
should
get
start
it there.
playing for money. We don't have to play for a lot. We don't have to play for a lot, but you can do it in a way where, sure, I'm good and you're good, whatever. I give you X amount of strokes that we just determine, and then we just start on a level playing field. But it would be fun. Like, we don't have to play for a lot of money, but it would maybe just get you a little bit more dialed and focused and
just not
care about every
give
shot.
a fuck about what. Well, I made great contact on this one.
Yeah, but you're kind of just playing the game.
Just kind of playing the game. Get it in the hole as many fucking strokes as you can.
And win money. I mean, it doesn't matter about winning money, but just like winning is fun, right? We want to win in golf. It doesn't have to be winning against me, but just winning for yourself.
Yeah.
That's what helped me actually a lot with the focus too, is gambling on the golf course does help with your mental focus for sure. Because it's 10 times harder because the pressure's more. It's way more immense. Then you figure those moments out. You turn into a pretty good golfer on the other side.
That's true. Did you ever hear MJ, what he used to fucking do before games? Michael Jordan?
What?
He'd play like 2 rounds while he's drinking, obviously, and smoking cigars. And then 2 rounds in the morning. And then later that night, he'd go play and drop like 50.
Yeah.
It's fucking built different.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd be fucking toast. I'd be out of commission for 3 days if I played 2 rounds in one day.
You haven't experienced it yet, though, so you don't know.
And he was a big time gambler. Like he would put like 10K on a hole, not even just.
I'm not the most fit guy. I'm not the healthiest guy or whatever, but I can play 4 rounds in a day. If I can, you can.
4 rounds.
Yeah. Well, okay, maybe it's a little easier for me because it's less work to swing. Because as I've shown you, like there's a way to swing efficiently, and there's a way to swing where it's like a workout.
Yeah, there's a way to swing where you break your wrists every single time.
So, but yeah, I could play 4 rounds easily and kind of.
Well, you also hit it with less strokes, so that's
also probably a thing. But still, I'm saying you should easily be able to play 2 rounds. Easily, you should want to. You should be so excited to play the next round because you're like, oh shit, I'm warmed up.
But dude, when you know what it is also, if I'm having a really bad round at Kenzie, I want it to end so bad. I'm exhausted by the end of it. But if I'm doing well, that's when I'm fired up and I want to go again.
So it's all up here.
Dude, it's so mental. It's the most mental fucking.
But just be honest with yourself. Like the Tiger Woods, come back to the Tiger Woods thing. If Tiger Woods got upset and started crying about him not being allowed in the clubhouse, he wouldn't be who he is today. It's the exact same, not exactly the same, but it's pretty much the exact same thing. You choose to react how you want to. If you want to quit, then go home. But you should take those opportunities. Even with my buddy the other day, he had a shit round, was whatever shit was happening at Kensington. And I was telling him, you know, Afsal, I know you've hit a lot of greens, but your chipping sucks and your shots suck right now. But look at all these opportunities you have to chip, all this learning opportunity you have. Who cares about the score? You want to get better, right? You're in the place to get better. So try to get better, even if you're playing like shit. That's sometimes where you have to hit like the reset button. And it's like, okay, it's not about the score right now. It's about having fun and learning.
Yeah.
Right? So you've always been a little hard on yourself about that.
Yeah. Because it's like, for me, it's a hit at my ego and my manhood when I hit a bad shot.
But it's not.
Like,
why is it?
What is this? What's going on?
You got to uncover that. Why is that?
I know. I had to
Why?
dive deep into my mental. I don't know. Dude, would a PGA guy
You need to drink more, maybe.
No,
Drinking
but I'm
takes
trying
the edge
to
off.
quit drinking, man.
Okay, well, yeah, then
Yeah, because that also gives
definitely
me
quit drinking.
pretty much. Yeah.
Don't listen to me on that one. But I find it mellows
strictly
me
water,
out.
man. I don't know.
That's good though. If I could do it, I would. But
No, I mean one drink.
it definitely loosens
seltzer.
you up. It's referred as swing juice. So it, like, lubricates the body and kind of gets the mind at ease. So there's a lot of people that drink on the golf course because they play better, because they think less.
Not because it's cool and it's like something to do and it's
just
for the image.
They
Yeah.
think less.
But the COVID golfers would drink it for the image.
Well,
and
maybe.
For the, oh yeah,
If they're
I'm drinking
making
a claw on the fucking golf course, man. I'm fucking cool.
If they're on YouTube and TikTok and stuff like that, then yeah I'd say yeah.
There's a lot of female TikTok golfers that.
Oh, you want to go down this road, hey?
Claire Hogle, dude.
You want to go down this road? I don't know who that is.
She's an absolute knockout. But she can make videos and stuff because she actually played university golf.
Yeah.
So she has the right to.
Do you know the Grace girl?
No.
And this is what we were talking about the other day. I can't remember her name. It's like Grace something. You're opening up a can of worms here. But I think I was telling you, we were just saying, like, my buddy Steve, he always sends me these Instagrams and he's like, he's just like, man, like, look at this girl. I'm like, what about her? And it's like, it's just a very obvious video of what they're trying to do. It's like wearing a crop top, whatever, and intentionally squeezing certain areas of the body and kind of just doing a swing and then flicking the hair and being like, yep, that's it. And the person has
was it a good swing?
I think she's like okay, but she's intentionally trying to, like, she's not intentionally trying to look bad, but she knows she's not good and she's owning it. She's just trying to make the video look as good as possible.
Yeah, in different ways.
Yeah, it's a little much.
The mind can imagine.
I showed Amy, my girlfriend, because she was disagreeing with me a little bit on that subject because she heard us talking on the phone.
Oh, no way, dude.
Yeah, so she's probably maybe gonna hear this too. But she was just saying how, like, you can't say that and all this, and I was like, I agree. I totally agree with you. Like, I'm not judging girls by anything, but look at this video and you tell me. And she's like, yeah, this is a little offside.
Like, it's obviously she's doing it for a reason, obviously.
Well, it's
fine.
It's an
fine.
OnlyFans thing. Like, people want to sell their toes, then go for it.
Yeah.
Like,
and I mean, if
fine.
you want to use your own, like, if you want to use golf as the avenue to show off.
It's like what you said, though, right? It's like that is the way, that's the algorithm right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of women's golf.
And that's all I mean. We're not saying women shouldn't be doing that and doing that.
They can do whatever they want.
They can do whatever they want, but we're just saying that golf is becoming so mainstream that it's being used in different ways. Just like
we never saw any of that stuff 5 years ago. There was no. Well, I mean, there's probably girls golfing. I'm not saying that, but there was no, like, kind of propaganda, girl golf stuff. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but
even guys too. Guys
too. Actually, guys are almost worse in a lot of ways. Like, yeah, guys are definitely worse in a lot of ways. But it's all interesting.
Yeah.
It's all interesting.
Well, with TikTok and social media, dude, you can basically do anything and post about it. I mean, any sport, any field, whatever it is. Like,
this is the thing about TikTok, right? It's like it seems like there's only one kind of viewer, and it's like the weird dude that wants to see girls. I mean, I'm maybe talking a little too far on that, but, like, what I mean is, like, I have a TikTok. I don't care, I'm not famous or anything, but, like, I have a couple videos, maybe some, like, informative shit, and then there's like a girl I know that literally just posts pictures and videos of herself.
Yeah.
That's great. She gets like 1.8 million likes on a TikTok for saying, like, oh, look what I'm eating today.
There is a certain crowd for it. Yeah.
So it's kind of funny, and it's kudos to them. They figured it out. If they make money through it, then take all the money from those creepy old dudes because they're fucking creepy.
Yeah, they're the fucking weird dudes, man. The weird, they just ruin it for everyone.
Literally.
Yeah.
But
no, but the one thing I do appreciate about TikTok and YouTube Shorts is there's a lot of, like, tutorial videos on, like, different swings and how to approach it.
But please don't run down that rabbit hole. Don't.
Okay.
You're paying me money to learn what I'm trying to show you.
Yeah.
Not go down.
Dude, because one thing I've noticed, apparently every golf coach in the world and all these golf tip videos, there's always something they say where I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. There's always something so different, like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I always do that. My iron is gonna be way better if I do that. Oh yeah, I am going a little too far on my backswing.
Look at all what's in your head now.
Yeah,
you're fucked.
There's legit, and these are all like valid things that they're probably saying, right?
This is what Jesse was trying to do with you. He was telling you valid things. Yeah. Is that gonna help you? Sure, they're valid, but it's all about explaining it in the right way. Yeah, I think that's where my craft has kind of excelled lately.
So would you say for an up and coming golfer, someone that's getting into golf, that they should probably just focus on three things, and everything else kind of just like put it aside. Don't even listen to it. Don't just focus on these three things and really put your whole attention on these, because anything else you bring into your mind is going to fuck up everything.
Well, I'm actually going to respectfully disagree with that. And what I mean by that is saying, and I've told you this, and I try to tell everyone this, but it takes a while to get through. It's hard. It's very hard. Golf is not a thinking sport. It's a feeling sport. So like I've kind of explained in our lessons, is when you have an opportunity to make a practice swing, that's your opportunity to feel whatever you're trying to think about. But anytime I'm working on something about my swing, sure, there's like a thought in there for a second, but it's not overwhelming on my mind. It's brought out through the feeling of my action in my swing, in the practice swing, right? So you're saying, would you tell any new person to kind of start three things and go with that? Absolutely not. Actually, after you, I taught a nice wife and boyfriend, kind of middle-aged, had a really good lesson. And then after that, it was a brand new up-and-comer. Athletic guy, surfer, skateboarder, played for a year, had like one lesson, says he shoots like 120, which is like pretty bad. But he had a really nice swing. And he said the most impactful thing I could do for him today was help him with the short game. So I told him a fuck ton of stuff. But what he was actually really good at, better than most, was understanding, and I was explaining while we were going through these thoughts, is they're not thoughts, they're feelings. Right? So easier said than done. I know it's very hard, but they're feelings. So I'm saying, feel this, put the club here, feel this, put the club here, whatever, feel this. Obviously a little more descriptive than that, but they're all feelings. So any new golfer has to understand that the blanker your mind is when you swing, the better your shots are. And that's a fact. I've turned the corner with my game personally, whatever, 5, 6, 7 years ago, because of that fact. Blank mind. Very blank. They're all feelings. Because
there have been times where I've watched a YouTube video where the guy's like, oh, don't bend your wrist at this point, but do it when you get to this point. And then when I'm about to swing, I remember that video. I'm like, oh man, I gotta do it.
How bad is that though?
Yeah, I know. And then I completely shank it anyway. So it's like, okay, well, so that didn't work.
Proving my point.
Yeah.
They're never thoughts. They're always feelings. Always, always, always. Very hard, but it's funny. But I just think one of the weirdest, coolest correlations to it is you think of Star Wars and like the Force. Like the Force is whatever, some being around you. It's a feeling, right? So if you correlate that to Star Wars, is, the feelings are more powerful than the thoughts. The feelings are what can kind of express yourself and maybe take you to that next level. Sure, it's gimmicky because it's Star Wars, but I love Star Wars. I'm a nerd like that, but I learned a lot.
I've never seen Star Wars, by the way.
Really?
Never. Not even close.
It's corny or whatever, but for me, I took it as a learning experience. I watched them all like 7 or 8 times just because I like learning. So I've learned a lot about what the Force means to me and how I could maybe use it in a positive way. So what I've learned through golf is feelings are better than thoughts. And if you feel the golf swing rather than think about it, then you will be way more equipped to hit the shot that you want to hit. And that's what you're getting close to. But you still get caught with the thoughts.
Yeah.
It'll come.
So yesterday when I went to the range in Richmond after...
I saw the Instagram.
Yeah, because it was between my games I was coaching, so I said, why not? That's the thing, man. I'm so fucking into it that
pops off and goes to the
range, baby. I got 3 hours. Let's go fucking hit some fucking dingers.
That's good, man. That's how you got... The more days like that is what's going to show.
I was fucking toast, dude. Because I stayed there for 2.5 hours. Just getting bucket after bucket.
Jesus.
Dude, my mind, after one point, I was looking at the ball... And I just realized, what the hell? I haven't even been thinking. Like, my brain I felt like I was in a dream. My brain, I don't know if I was...
Was that good or bad?
I don't know. It felt kind of good.
Or were you hitting good shots or no?
I was hitting great shots.
Well, that's good then.
But it was kind of weird because I was like, either I'm really dehydrated and my body's about to fucking collapse, or I'm just spiritually just on a different platform right now.
Probably a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
The most golf balls I try to hit if I'm truly trying to practice for myself is like 100. And it sounds like
this was solid like 300.
Yeah, it sounds like you hit about 300 or 400 balls in a day, which is good, but you need to make your practice efficient. So I know you like it and you want to go do
that's this thing. That's the thing with basketball, man. It was staying in the gym for gym rat, being in the gym from 8 a.m. to 11, and then going home, eating lunch, going back to the gym for another 5 hours. It's like that's the culture with ball. You got to be in the gym. The gym is your favorite place in the world.
But how cool was it for us at the very beginning how we instantly took all of your skill with basketball and attribute it to golf? And like, I think the first thing we talked about, very simple, is like, it clicked with you right away. I think that's where it's different with, like Jesse trying to give tips or me trying to explain the situation. So, I was telling you your finish sucks, whatever. Do basketball players go like this when they shoot? Obviously not. They look stupid. They would go.
Yeah. They fully extend, hold it, follow through.
You're like, wow. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And then I was like, same thing here. And you're like, okay. And then boom, it worked.
Yeah.
So.
And the questions I always ask you, I ask them in the way because I know what you're trying to get at, and I know this is a step-by-step thing. Because when I coach kids that are new in ball, I always we break it down, 90-degree angle, flick the wrist at the end, fully extend, eyes on the rim, bend your knees, full one motion, all of that, right? But when I see them do it, I understand that it's not easy for them to take everything and just do it. We got to break it down. And then there's different, once you get better, right? You ask more questions, there's different angles you got to play, you become more curious. So when you're coaching me, like our first lesson to now, I understand it when you're telling me to do these little things, because I know in basketball, like, you would have to break it down for the guy that's just starting. Yeah. Like, you would, and it's not foreign to me. I know what you're trying to get at. I know you're trying to put everything together, and it's a part of a bigger thing. It's a part of the full swing. But the full swing, you can't just start from the top and just go and boom, do it.
Yeah, well said. Because you remember the first day was all like half swings and understanding how to like throw your arms out.
Right.
And that was a learning step that brought us to today.
And some people might not understand it. They'd be like, well, fuck Nels, let's just get into the full swing already, right?
Yeah, it's a really good point. Because people are eager to rush into it. But in my opinion, you can't really go forward until you accomplish step one, which is what I made you do, right? You had your sand wedge, used mine or whatever, and we did those 20-yard shots like 40 times. By the 40th one, you finally got it. Yeah. So then we went to the next one. People just want to get to the icing too quickly. They don't want to do the work half the time. But that's why it's paid off for us, because we've gone progressively. I've gone as fast as I think I could. Maybe if sometimes I even go too fast. That's what sometimes my feedback is. But I think it's been pretty special with you and me. It's been really good with a lot of people lately. I don't know what's changed, but I'm having these kind of stories with everybody. Like, everyone's kind of sitting me down and like,
dude, you're like
it's really happening.
You're like a god between a few of my friends, a couple of my buddies, Reese and Marty. We always go golf, and they're always like, because they're always swinging. Marty's pretty good, and Reese he's getting better. Yeah. And we're really into golf now, and they don't hit the best shots sometimes. They fuck up sometimes, and they're like, fuck, what did I do here? What did I do that? Like, we're talking like, oh, you got to hold it like this. And I always say, dude, I always bring it up. I'm like, well, Nellie's always saying this. Nels is always saying this. Mm-hmm. So they always hear, like, it's not even, I don't even tell them that I'm telling them what to do. I was just like, yeah, Nels is like, this is what Nels said. This is what Nels said. Yeah, this is what coach said.
Yeah. But see, even with that, though, those guys are like looking for the Band-Aid, right? Like, the difference between them and you is you've made the powerful step of seeking help and like truly trying to figure it out. And I've tried to make it where I'm not stealing your money. I'm trying to make it where there's value for both of us. But from hearing what those guys are saying, it's like they want the quick Band-Aid.
Yeah.
to fix it. They don't want to invest the time to truly figure it out.
And
maybe they do.
to give Marty credit, he's actually gone pretty good on his own.
That's good though.
Is that possible?
Absolutely. Bubba Watson is on the PGA Tour and he had 0 lessons in his entire life.
No way.
Yeah. And he's got an unorthodox swing, but he's won the Masters.
Is that the guy that talks in third person?
Maybe.
He's
got like
Bubba's really happy right now.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, this guy talks in his interview. He's like, yeah, Bubba had a really bad round.
Yeah, you're actually.
And yeah.
He wears like a visor and he has a pink driver. But he's a really good guy and really fun, very charismatic. Yeah. But yeah, to answer your question, absolutely. Anyone can be good without lessons. But from what I have experienced, it's a very rare thing to reach the threshold of what everyone wants. Everyone wants to break 80 or break 90. Your buddy, what does he shoot? Like in a round at whatever, Palm Springs.
I mean, he didn't come to Palm Springs, but I don't know.
If you had to guess. Like you saw what Jesse and stuff shot. Is he around
probably
Jesse?
Hit like 96, 97.
Okay, so 96, 97. So that's good. But if he wants to go from that to 80, have fun. It's gonna
maybe even 100. I don't know.
Well, I'm not gonna, even in those.
I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
No, but like I'm not saying it's a bad score. Like it's a really good score. If he's done all that on his own, that's hats off to him. All I'm saying is if he wants to go from that to 80 or 85, it'll take him a very long time. But what you've realized is we've kind of accelerated progress by seeking help.
Right.
So he can do it, no problem. Give him whatever, 5-10 years. I'm saying with me, I could save him 4 or 5 years of his life.
Oh yeah.
By
you are the savior,
spending
man.
a couple bucks, sure, but it's not a lot, right? People spend $175 an hour for golf lessons. I'm not charging that.
No.
And I give more value from what I've been told.
And you're the best. You're the best in the business.
So
you're the best in the business.
So it feels good.
You gotta just own that, dude. I'm being serious.
It's coming though. People are starting to realize, we got Ashcon, we got, Joel Smith popped on recently, in Vandering.
Right.
So word's spreading. So it's good.
So out of those 4, I'm probably better than Ashcon.
No. Ashcon's played way longer than you. And Ashcon, like you, he was at a place where he wasn't happy. He asked for help. He hasn't spent too much money, but we've only done like 1 5-pack together. We haven't even finished the 5-pack yet. So he's done 4 lessons, which is not a lot.
But he was playing before.
Yeah, but we've only had 4 lessons, and you could ask him yourself, but he would maybe rate himself at like a 4 out of 10 in confidence of his overall golf game. And Alexi just sent me a text the other day saying Ashcon's firing. He shot 1 over at pitch and putt, which is like pretty good.
You were, yeah.
At pitch and putt, he shoots like 12 over, and that's 4 lessons. That's so your buddy, he can maybe do that. But
that's what I'm saying. I keep telling him to come, man. I'm like, dude, just come to 1 lesson with Nels. Like, just try it. See, I'm telling you.
You don't need to force anyone. Like, they'll know when they know.
He wants to, but then he just like, oh, I don't have to. Just different things come up.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you need to come, man. I'm telling you, Nels is the fucking man.
But it's okay. If he doesn't want my time, then it's okay.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not trying to fucking suck your balls right now.
Okay.
But.
Lay it on me.
In terms of like a transactional thing where I give money to someone to provide me with some sort of value and for me to get something out of it, you have been the most productive and efficient transactional thing I've done in the past 15 years.
So I have a very good question for you. When it comes to like, Earls or fucking Starbucks now, why do those bastards get ask for a tip when they were providing 0 to little value? And I'm not one to be like, yo, Mo, tip me, give me more money. But like sometimes, as you know, like I go 30-40 minutes over time if I need to because I care. And there's been people in the years of giving lessons that have tipped, but I just, you just said that the value.
Right.
I don't need to be compensated for value, but I'm saying like if we all tip fucking Starbucks $3 on our $7 fucking Starbucks, like, come on.
Yeah. Damn,
I'm not calling you out.
Oh, you're calling me out.
No, I'm not. Because No, I'm
Just the quick shot.
I'm truly not.
You were thinking about this on the way. I'm gonna call this fucker out.
No,
on his own
you brought it up,
podcast.
so it's actually kind of funny. But
No, I did take note of that when in our last session. I'm like, well, I think we're going a little bit longer.
I usually 9 out of 10 times I do, but it's not a big deal. That's just me though. That's what you get. Like you're investing in a person, right? That's what this is. And I will, as you can tell, do bend over backwards to make sure that you're covered. And I'm not going to leave you at minute 59.
Right.
Right, which a lot of people do for golf lessons.
One time though, I remember I was done, and then you were coaching someone else, and I said something, and you're like, "Fuck off, Mo, I'm done with you, buddy." I was like, "Yeah."
I was joking.
No.
No, I think I remember.
I knew what you meant. It was playful, and you were coaching someone else, and it's their time.
There was, obviously. I think, out of the over 100 people I've taught, I think there's been like 3 people that have tipped me, and they were all kind of like in their 60s, because I think more traditional, they like understand.
To be honest, I didn't even think of the tip part.
I don't give a fuck. I'm being honest, but it's just funny how you brought up the value thing. So I had to, hit you with the Uno reverse card and see what you had to say about that.
I got a question for you. I just thought about this. If Brooks Koepka came up to you and said, "Hey, I want some lessons in fine tuning," would there be anything that you could find out? Would there anything?
Probably not. But
actually, like, they're flawless.
Pretty much, yeah. I do a lot of swings. Let's say I do 1,000, let's say 5,000 swings a week, let's say, if that's a number. It probably isn't, but let's just say it's 5,000. They probably do about 60,000.
So
I'm taking 5,000 swings. They're probably taking over 10 times more swings. So who would I be to say, "Hey, fix that"?
No, not even in the sense of, not even in that sense where it's I'm not saying, like, forget about them thinking, "Oh, who the fuck are you? Like, why are you telling me?"
Okay, I'm saying
they come up to you.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Voluntarily, and say, "Hey, Nels, I see you're a really good coach. I've seen you, coaching a lot of people. You have a lot of good tips. Is there anything you could tell me?" And
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So I would say, yeah, for sure, because everyone has a different perspective on how to teach, and everyone sees the game of golf in a different way, and there's no right way. That's what's great about it. In basketball, there kind of is a right way. Not always, but
everyone has their own shot, though.
Everyone has their own shot, but there has to be a finish, and you kind of have to pull back and jump and do all that. But some people with golf have really weird swings, and they do super well. So it's like there's no right way. There's a million ways. So maybe my way is good. Maybe it would work for him because maybe I know something that I do really well and he doesn't know that. So it could be as simple as maybe move the ball up a little bit or something like that. It could be as complex as, do this, this, and this, or as easy as, just move it up a bit or move it back a bit.
Yeah.
And that can make a big difference for a guy like that.
Right. With him, it would probably be something like, what are you looking at when you're hitting? Or, what's your mindset? Because it's not even a functional thing.
Routine anymore. And what are you thinking about?
Yeah, it's not even
psychological.
It's past the functional and the physical because they've got that down packed. They're dialed in, locked in.
And maybe just kind of emotion, how to handle emotion. I'd say I'm good at it, not the best, but just being resilient, like you're saying. I feel like I'm pretty good at that because I do a good job of calming you down and the other 100 people I teach.
Oh, yeah. You're a voice of fucking fresh air, buddy.
Well, that's good.
When you're speaking to me when I'm about to swing, I'm like, this is just caressing my soul, dude. I was on the phone with you. Marty was there, my buddy. He's like, yeah, he has a peaceful presence. He has a soothing voice.
Oh, geez.
I was like, dude, I'm telling you, he's the man. I come to one lesson and you will be a scratch player after.
I actually get made fun of at work for that. I'm too soft spoken. It's all fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, my buddy Nick, you should meet him one day. He loves golf too. It's just so soft spoken and kind of like me, but he sounds a little softer spoken, so he gets hit with that all the time.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Nice guys finish last, so fuck that.
Fuck that.
I don't know, do you believe in that? Nice guys finish last? It's kind of been a weird subject of conversation for me in the last few weeks.
It's a great question, man. I think there's a lot of angles to it. I think...
Go from your angle.
I think when you come from a place of blatantly trying to hurt people and trying to not be a nice guy, it's fake and people can see right through that, and it's not real confidence because deep down you're not secure and you're hurting within yourself. And then when you're hurting within yourself, that's what you put out into the world.
Yeah. I agree.
But you can be nice, you can be kind to people while still standing up for yourself. I think that's hard. I think that's really hard. I think in schools and in life and society, we don't talk about that more often, how to be kind and be nice,
Kill him with kindness, kind
but
of.
kill him with kindness. Like,
Yeah.
don't take my kindness for weakness
Yeah.
type thing, right? Where I'm gonna be nice to you, I'm gonna trust you, I'm gonna treat you how I want to be treated. But if you cross me, if you
Yeah.
get in my way, I will engage and will have to annihilate you.
Yeah.
But that's not, I'm not, because there's a lot of people, and I used to do this a lot. I was actually thinking about this the other day. I used to think being an alpha, being a powerful guy, getting that respect was right off the bat, like just trying to be an asshole, trying to look down on people, trying to talk down on people,
Yeah.
trying to just judging people. But no, that wasn't true confidence. That wasn't true happiness, because
Yeah.
deep down I was hurting. Deep down I wasn't secure in being who I was and being in my own body. So that's how I would act out. That's how I was thinking.
Right.
Right? But I think, man, true confidence in being a nice guy, because I think a nice guy is someone that also doesn't respect themselves.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Interesting view. Yeah. Well said.
You know what I mean? Because I just think when I'm being nice to someone now, it's because I'm happy with myself. I'm not judging anyone, because if you're judging yourself, then you're judging it. Because I used to walk into a room and I'd be judging what this guy's wearing, what this guy's saying, what this person's eating, what shoes he's wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I also thought that was like being powerful. Oh, I'm judging this person. Yeah, what is this guy wearing? But no, it was because I was judging myself first, and then that would make me judge other people. But now,
I don't even think that's your fault though. Like I think we all felt that in our high school. Like that was kind of just how high school was.
yeah,
For us.
especially
We were in a very
yeah.
cliquey,
Yeah.
very.
I mean, this is
different.
past high school, man. This was, I would say, a few years ago. That's
You probably learned it from high school though, is what
Learned it
I'm
from-
saying.
yeah.
Because I felt the exact same way, and it kind of took me a while to figure that out.
yeah.
Just to
I'm-
not to judge people, but not to judge myself.
And it's hard, man. It's a thing where you practice every day. Like, it's hard to sometimes walk into a place and not automatically judge anyone. But I think when you stop judging yourself is when naturally you just stop judging other people,
Mm-hmm.
right? When how you're feeling within yourself is how you're gonna feel towards other people. Like before, I used to. Here's a perfect
That's a
example.
good point.
Here's a perfect example. I don't know if it'll make sense, but I remember hearing things like, "Oh, have boundaries. Say no if you don't want to do something. If you don't want to go hang out with someone. If you're tired. If you want to stay at home, just say no." Right? That's setting boundaries. That's having self-respect. Whatever you want to do. But for me, I used to say no to someone about hanging out because I wanted to be above them. I wanted to
Right.
be like impose my power. Like, no, I'm not hanging out with you because I'm
I got
better than
better
you.
things
I
to do.
got better things to do, and
Yeah.
I do what I want to do.
Yeah.
That was so toxic, man.
Yeah.
That was so fucking toxic.
That was high school for me. That's what I felt like. All of
I
high
mean,
school
dude,
was like that.
Probably, I mean, that's probably where we got it from, man.
Yeah.
From our fucking high school, and
Yeah.
how we are. I mean, till
The culture
we're
was just
27,
pretty
28.
interesting. Like,
Dude.
yeah,
you're
I'm sure
telling
all
me,
high
man.
schools had things, but we all had our experiences.
Ours was
but-
notorious for being pretty fucking toxic and cliquey, dude.
I mean, I got bullied a fair amount in high school. I don't know if
No,
you
you didn't, man.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't, man.
You don't remember when everyone would take my hat off and make fun of me and run with my hat because I had an afro?
No,
You
dude.
You remember those days?
No.
Had a-
I thought you were pretty like well in tune with everyone. I mean, I felt like an
I
outsider.
maybe
dude.
thought so, but I don't know. One time at like Tegan Sorokin's fucking birthday or something, like I had a cake thrown at me while I was outside. Like just a surprise attack. But we
I mean,
all
high
had
school-
things,
yeah,
We
I
all
mean,
had things.
I don't know, man. High school was, especially our high school. I don't know. It was very. I don't have anything against anyone from high school.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't have any like vendetta or grudge or anything. But it was a little. It was hard to.
Wasn't
go to
easy
school
for
some-
everyone.
It wasn't easy, man. was-
Everyone kind of had some things going on,
It wasn't the most inclusive as it could be. As
Yeah,
it
and
wasn't.
I actually blame the faculty and like the teachers and
They
like
didn't
that.
give a fuck.
They didn't give a fuck.
No.
Like the
They still
classes
don't.
that we had and the things that we did in classes, like
Dude.
maybe not us personally, but just
Dude, the
things that went on.
The things we did, man, kids these days in high schools, they don't know. They don't know.
Yeah, they're just vaping in class now.
Vaping. They're just permed out, so mellow, man, compared to how we were.
On technology and like...
just brainwash on that shit.
Yeah,
man.
We had some fun, but it was a weird time.
We were savages, man. Like what I told you before we started recording. Like that one person really, really had a number on me. I would come to school thinking, today is the day I'm gonna fucking end this guy. I'm gonna beat the fuck out of him.
Same.
But
I had those too.
You know, and then sure enough, when he would come in and when I walk into class, and then he would fucking jab me again, and I would just, because he was also, you know. He had a lot of people behind him. He had a lot of people that thought he was, you know, funny or really liked him and supported him, and right. So I didn't really want to say anything, but yeah, I don't know, man.
That's the thing, though, is I think one thing I realized I maybe suffered from is actually fighting. Is, you know, we're not supposed to hit, of course, but like, you know, sometimes, as what we were saying before, if someone crosses the line, you stand up for yourself, and you don't let them push you over. So I feel like there were times in my life where I should have hit someone because either A, they said something, or B, they hit me. But I never did because I thought, you know, at the time that's how you're supposed to be. But I think...
take the high road.
The high road, walk away, you know, do all that stuff.
Which is right in some circumstances, but sometimes,
there's
man. Yeah, no. I remember.
So it's like, when do we cross the line if someone crosses our line? But
this is actually a very interesting topic because I was thinking about that, man, because what is the line? What is the line to where you are kind, you are nice, you to best you can be, but at what point do you have to stand up for yourself? When is that line?
I think if someone's like calling out your girl in a bad way, that's like maybe rule 1. I mean, someone's disrespecting physically, your family, rule 2.
Yeah.
Someone's pushing you around, rule 3. I'd say those are all lines that I think most of us, if someone crossed those, then we'd cross our line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can set your own boundaries too, to, you know, this is, for you, this might not be a big deal, but for me it is.
Yeah. Like, so you can call up my family, maybe, if that's the type of person that's okay with it. Yeah.
Or, I don't know, just don't say anything bad about the podcast. Like, if you say something about it, I'm going to
react in a way.
React in a way. Lash out at you verbally. I'm not gonna hit you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's interesting. High school.
Because people learn a lot from fights. That's usually what shapes a man's character, from what you hear from some people. I mean, not everyone, but I don't know. It's interesting because the ability to self-respect and stand up for yourself is important, as we've talked about today. Fighting is kind of a nature in our, you know, male being. It's just kind of what's always been done. Like, people go to war, you know, females are there now, but it was just kind of our character to fight, stand up for ourselves.
I would say even humans in general, man. Like, women have that feisty side to them too. Yeah. I mean, it's human nature, really.
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to get in a fight anytime soon because we're all older now, and if we do that, we get in serious trouble. So,
well, you know what the perfect thing is, man. I'm starting to notice it. It's kind of cool to see. Not cool because I feel bad for the other person, but when I see someone at the gym in particular, because at the gym it's weird. There's a lot of different weird cats there. Some fucking funny characters.
That's why I don't go to the gym.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I don't like those characters.
So when I see guys that are walking around just like scolding, mean mugging, and, you know, just like looking around, giving people dirty looks and shit, and it's very obvious. I'm not making this up where I'm assuming this person's doing it. They're doing it.
Yeah.
They're fully giving dirty looks. I used to look at them and be like, all right, I'm gonna challenge this guy. Like, fuck you. Why you looking at people like that? Why are you looking at me like that? You're not gonna win this staring contest. I'm gonna stare you down and I'm gonna win this. Now when I look at that, I'm like, I feel sorry for you. I feel bad for you. Like, you're hurting inside. Something inside you is not right. You're insecure about something. You're worrying. You're anxiety, depressed, and you're trying to mask it by acting all tough or whatever you think tough is, by scolding at someone or mean mugging someone, right? And that gives me peace, dude, when I know internally within myself I'm good. So whatever is happening outside, I could be driving and people could be flipping me off, cussing at me, swerving and cutting me off the lane. I'm good.
Mhm.
I'm good.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna try to, because I used to like try to like speed up by the
go catch him.
like, fuck you, motherfucker, you
Yeah.
bitch ass.
Yeah.
Get out of the
It's just
fucking
not
car. Like I
working.
was ready. I'm like, yo, this is the moment. This is the time I'm getting out of the car and I'm beating the shit out of this one person.
Yeah.
But now I just drive up and I'm like, you did what you did. You know, luckily you didn't hurt me. Luckily you didn't do anything dangerous, and I'm good. You're not affecting me, right? It starts from within though, man. You gotta be good with yourself, like completely.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
You know, it does. Hard to do though.
Yeah, I'm very happy you brought that point up because I was.
It's interesting just because, I don't know, it kept coming up for like Nick and I, because I was called the nice guy and Nick's like not the bad boy, but like I'm the nice guy, like holding doors open for people and like laying out a towel for someone on a sun chair, whatever. Just little things like that. But I don't know, that's just what I've been taught. Like respect your neighbor and, you know, treat people how you want to be treated.
Are there little moments or examples that you go through in life where you look back on it and be like,
I have the best one. I have the best
let's
one.
hear it.
And it came full circle while I was in Houston. I think I was like 14 or 15. We were in a car and there's an old lady on the right and she's going to cross the street. And I'm like 14 or 15, high school. You know, we're all kind of introverts or whatever. We're all depressed and bullshit, whatever.
Going through it.
And my mom's like, or we're looking at this lady and she's shaking like a leaf and she's got her cane and stuff and like groceries. And my mom's like, Nels, get out, go out, help her. She's going to fall. I'm like, Mom, she's not going to fall. Like, she's fine. Sure enough, she falls and it didn't look good. And my mom sprinted out of the car and went to go help her. And I was like, holy fuck, like, that's pretty bad on me. She could have maybe died. Like,
broken.
I was right there, could have easily helped her, but I didn't. So fast forward to Houston, I see a similar situation where I'm at Trader Joe's just trying to buy some good, you know, American foods and stuff. And there was this lady that had like 2 knee braces on, an ankle brace on. She's got a Mercedes in her handicap spot. And she's like, gets out of the car and she's kind of like shimmying around the car to try to like get to a push cart. And so she's shimmying and then I'm in my car and I'm kind of watching this. And then that memory flashed in my head of what I just said. Like, fuck, I gotta go help her. And she was actually the point where she was like, the car was here and the car was like way over here and she was about to make like the leap of faith for it. I was like, I gotta go help her. Just sprinted out, grabbed the cart, gave it to her, and she's like, oh my God, I was gonna fall. Thank you so much. And I was like, okay. Learned from that experience. So it was cool how it came full circle. I don't know if that's what example you were looking for.
Yeah, that's pretty much the other end of the example, but the good end.
Yeah.
But
I have a bad end too.
Bad end where it's like, I shouldn't have done
one.
this. I shouldn't have done that for that person.
Okay. Okay. It's taking the high road. So in Victoria, I suffered a lot of concussions and stuff from sport. Played soccer, was actually on a Division 1 soccer team, which I was happy with. Played well and just went up for a header. Someone clanked my head, got a hand injury, had concussion for like 3-4 months. And then it finally got to the point where my concussion specialist is like, all right, Nels, you're good. You know, if you want to go let loose a bit on the weekend, like have a couple drinks, like no problem, like go for it. And I'm like, oh, great, that's awesome, because one of our friends' birthdays is coming up. Long story short, outside of the bar, waiting for a cab, we're kind of in a situation where you're standing there, or he was standing there. No, actually, he was standing there. The girl was here. My buddy was here, and I'm standing here. I'm talking, you're the girl. I'm talking to you just like, oh, great night, thanks for having us, blah, 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 blah. Don't even remember because I'm looking this way. This guy comes out of nowhere and sucker punches me right in the chin and cold clocks me out. Knocked me out, boom, on the ground like this. And you know who's here was Alex Naylor? Good buddy Alex Naylor.
Right.
Big dude, strong dude. Was hoping he was going to go fucking kill him. But, you know, he is a good friend, so he's caring for me. He's like, no, shit. Like, are you okay? He's like holding my head up and shit. Ambulance comes, all this bullshit. Had the fucking lip size to like here, relapsed in the concussion. Was depressed for a while just because head injuries fuck you up.
Right, symptoms.
And took the high road on that one because I feel like that guy crossed the line. I think that's the biggest line you could cross for anybody. And I wanted to go find him and fucking throw him in a washroom and fucking put him in the stall and have him not come out again.
Yeah.
Which I didn't. I took the high road, but that's a deep regret of mine because I feel like he deserved to pay. Who am I to take vengeance on someone's life or health or anything. Like,
Right.
not like going to kill him,
Yeah.
but like he almost killed me. And I tried to press charges. I tried to do a lot of stuff because it was like assault. It was a pretty big
He
deal.
assaulted you.
I
Yeah.
couldn't go to school because I couldn't even look at a computer. And it fucked up my university. It was a long story, but it fucked me up. So that guy got off scot-free. And I feel like I should have done something.
Yeah.
So that's the other side.
Yeah, but legally, don't kill the guy.
No, I'm not kill him, but like if he's able to hit me in the face, just give me a couple to his face.
Right.
And I'll let him look at me. I won't sucker punch him.
Right. Fucking coward, man.
I'm coming for you.
Oh, a name drop? Oops.
Totally kidding. No, it was, even for that though, it was a learning experience. Like obviously it's bygones are bygones now, but
Yeah.
I learned a lot from that too.
Yeah.
I learned a lot from that.
Well, that's such a fucking high level of
Sorry, I didn't mean to take it there.
No.
I'll never forget his name. That's a thing.
Yeah. I was thinking more of the ends of like, I gave my seat up to like this one person on the bus, and then I
took it too far.
yeah, I just wanted to kill someone. No, I get it, man. I mean, pressing charges is probably the best thing you could have.
And nothing happened. The worst part was the girl that invited me to the party. She's like a friend, met her at Christian camp of all places, like good long-term friend. It was Alex threw in whatever his side of the story was, and then she threw in her side of the story. And I was just chatting with her nicely all the time, and she said, I instigated the fight. So she like blatantly lied to cover the boyfriend at the time. And then
Wait, was it the boyfriend that sucker?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, 'cause
That's
he-
what,
some
I thought it
reason-
was some random dude outside a
No,
bar.
it's like
just
four
out.
of us just right here. You, girlfriend, boyfriend, and then me and Alex Naylor, and I'm just talking to you because
Oh,
we're
dude,
friends.
I thought some random dude just came
He
out of
was
nowhere.
random. I didn't talk to him the whole night, and then he just chose to hit me.
But he was with her. You saw her.
I saw him, but
with her.
never spoke with him. He was kind of, I guess, being weird all night. So I don't know, and then it led to that.
Oh, wow. What an absolute fucking loser.
Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, I don't know. My family, like my uncles and stuff like that, like they're the kind of people where if you cross the line, they will let you know and you'll suffer the consequences.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one area I have not followed because I try to take the high road and be the nice guy.
Right.
So brings us back. Do nice guys finish last?
Yeah, I mean, in that case, fuck. I mean, yeah. I don't know, man. That example is pretty extreme. I guess.
We're pretty honest with each other. I feel like I can tell you a lot, and you've shared a lot with me, so
Yeah.
I feel comfortable. And
I mean,
that disclaimer, I'm not being serious about any violent action.
course,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
joking.
I know.
It was
Yeah.
some stupid university boy shit.
Yeah.
We've all gone through it.
Right.
Sure, it sucked for a bit, but
It's just
I learned a lot.
in that situation. It's just so unfortunate. It's just an unfortunate thing that happened.
Like especially he didn't know I had a concussion beforehand. Like he thought I'd be okay maybe, or obviously he wanted to do some kind of damage. But
Right.
yeah,
Here's an example on a lighter note.
my bad.
On the plane ride back from Palm Springs, I was sitting in front of a fucking a family, and this little girl was behind me, right? This like fucking 3-year-old. Okay. She kept fucking hitting my chair. Like just she's playing around, moving her arms, throwing just kept fucking bop, bop, bop. And I'm just trying to fucking go to sleep, right? And the whole plane ride, I'm like, Mo, just turn around and tell the mom, yo, can you please, can your daughter please stop doing that? I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. Until this day. It's like eating me up. Like, why didn't I just turn around and be like, hey, can you just politely?
It's a simple example, but I see like how much
Right?
it means to you. Yeah.
I didn't want to, the confrontation, the just the act of turning around. Hey, do you mind
like
not
driving
doing that?
to chase that guy and tell him to F off.
Yeah.
He flipped you off.
Right. Just
Same
someone
thing.
swerving off, saying fuck you. Like, oh, this guy took advantage of me. This guy's better than me. I gotta get some get back here somehow.
Yeah.
When I'm telling you about the plane example,
Yeah.
I have every right to do that because I'm actually trying
Totally.
to go to sleep and I'm looking out I'm not trying to
Insult the family.
insult the family. My intent isn't to one up them.
Yeah.
My intent is to go to sleep, and your daughter happens to not let me sleep because she keeps fucking banging on my chair.
Yeah.
Right? I left that plane ride thinking,
I was in a similar situation from coming back from Houston. We actually missed the flight I was supposed to have a direct flight from Houston to Vancouver, and we missed it because my buddy was going to LA, and he's like, oh, you know, we're good. Time's good. And so we ended up just being late, and long story short, got onto a flight where I had to go from Houston to San Francisco to Vancouver. But Houston to San Francisco, guy beside me, he's like 460 pounds. And I don't care that he's big, but like I'm trying to sit down and like I can't sit down. Like my leg is like, I'm out. I got torn ACL, so I'm already uncomfortable. And it was like, so I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to be respectful. But then it got to the point where I was like, hey man, this isn't going to work for both of us. Like, I'll try to give you some space, like see if I could find another chair. So I did, luckily. There was one chair left.
You felt the need to do that because you were genuinely uncomfortable. Your knee was hurting, man.
Yeah, it was for both of us because he didn't look very comfortable, but yeah.
Right. Damn, man.
So when's our next round?
Dude, I might go right now to Richmond, Jack. So I got to go coach in Richmond.
Okay.
I'm just going to the range, baby. Work on my craft.
Just go to Kenzie.
Right now?
Well, dude. I mean, not when it doesn't have to be today, but make more of your times golfing on the course than the range. Because the range is too much like a workout. You're doing too many.
Take my time.
You're doing too many workouts, though. You got to go to the course. It's just better for you.
You think there's burnout on the range?
Not burnout, but you may think you're doing things correctly, but you might not be. And you're just wasting time. Whereas you could be learning a lot more with that time on the golf course.
What's the difference between a golf course and the range, though? What are the
range? You have unlimited opportunities to hit any shot you want. In the course, you only have one.
Right.
So if you're too much of a range guy and you just kind of go through the rhythm, repetition, when it comes to that one shot, are you going to hit it good? So that's why I would say it's better to go to the course. That's even with my lessons. Any lesson on the course is about twice the impact as the range. So if you feel like you've got a lot out of the range, the course would be twice as much.
A lot of people say that. Like
everybody says it.
You need to go on the course to get better. That's even when you get better.
Kensington and stuff. Like it doesn't have to be the full course.
No. All right, bro. It's been
real.
It's been real, man. I appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, no, it's been real. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Can't wait to continue the journey with you in golf.
Can't wait, man. It's a long time. It's a lifetime thing, baby. We're here for the long term, baby. If you want to plug anything.
I mean, follow me on Instagram, Nels Nelsen Golf. Always got some good things to check out on there. Got a TikTok now, Nels Nelsen Golf as well. Yeah, just show a couple videos, and golf is important, but money is more important. So if you guys are ever suffering with, any planning in life, financial planning per se, I can be a guy that can help.
Just a quick little plug.
We'll leave it at that.
Even though we didn't talk about financial planning one bit.
We didn't need to.
Love it.
We'll keep it a secret. If you want to know, you can know. Real recognize real.
Enjoy 24. Thank you for listening. Episode 44. If you liked anything about this episode, the value, the golf, anything, like, subscribe, share, comment, and always appreciate the love from everyone, man. And even the haters. Got a couple hate comments over the weekend. You really love to see it. Honestly, it's gets you going. So thank you to everyone. Enjoy your 24. Nels Nelsen, man. Thank you.
Thanks. All the best.
Peace. Woo-wee.
Nice.